Chapter 1 Computer Language. Inside the chapter, types of computer language, high-level language, machine language, fourth-generation language, assembly language, fifth-generation language. Human beings communicate with each other using some languages like English, Hindi, or any other language. Similarly, a computer language helps to communicate with computer. One can write a program for the computer by using such languages. A program is a set of instructions which are given to the computer, and computer works accordingly. Each computer language uses syntax and semantics for organizing the programming instructions. To perform a specific task, a programmer writes the set of instructions called program. A program is stored in RAM. CPU picks one instruction from the RAM and executes it. Thus, it executes all the instructions one by one sequentially and produces the output. Types of computer language. Computer language can be categorized into following types: computer languages, machine language, high-level language, fifth-generation language, assembly language, fourth-generation language, first-generation language, 1GLs, machine language. The programmers started writing programs for the computer. They used machine language so that it became easier for the machine to understand it. Machine language is a binary language which consists of 0s and 1s. The presence of 1 represents the on state and presence of 0 represents the off state. Each instruction is written as a string of 0s and 1s. This language is called machine language because it is machine dependent and executed directly by the computer's CPU. First-generation computers like EATVD, etc., use machine language to perform operations. For example, a binary code for the pod reader is 10000001. A binary code for the number 6 is 110. The binary number for the decimal numbers from 0 to 10 is shown in the table. Advantages: 1. There is no need of translator to translate the code because it is directly understood by the computer. 2. Programs are executed fast and makes efficient use of computer. Disadvantages: 1. The codes written in machine language is difficult to remember. 2. If errors occur, it is difficult to debug. 3. A program written for one machine cannot be used for another. That is, it is machine dependent. Second-generation language, 2GLs, AA's assembly language. Binary codes were difficult to understand, so next-generation language came into existence, called assembly language. Assembly language consists of mnemonics codes and symbols, also called symbolic programming language. It was developed in 1950 and was easier to understand and use as compared to machine language because there is no need to remember the operation codes and memory locations, as it was in case of first-generation languages. This is called second-generation language because second-generation computers moved from machine language to assembly language. For example, suppose we want to write the assembly code for the operation C = AB. So B, AB, subtract the contents of B from A and stores the result in A mod C. A stored the contents from A to C. Assembler. as we are writing the instructions in assembly language, but computer understands only machine language, so there is a need of translator which can translate the programs written in assembly language into the machine language. That translator is called assembler. A set of instructions written in assembly language is called source code, and the set of instructions written in machine language is called object code. Assembler, assembly language, source code, machine language, object code. Advantages: 1. It is easy to correct errors in a program written in assembly language. 2. A program can be easily modified. 3. It has relieved the program from the burden of remembering the operation codes and memory locations. Disadvantages: 1. Assembly language is machine dependent. A program written on one computer will not run on the other computer. 2. The user has to encrypt this language into machine language so that computer can process the commands written by the programmer. 3. Difficult to remember the syntax. Fact: 5. Machine language and assembly language is considered to be the low-level language. Learn more. UCV and E&E were the first-generation computers which used machine language for programming. Third-generation language, 3GLs. High-level language. The main disadvantage of machine language and assembly language is that they are machine-dependent. High-level language was developed to create the programs which are machine-independent. A programming code written in this language can be used on the other computer. This language uses simple English words and symbols which are easy to learn and need less time to write. This language is called third-generation language because third-generation computers use high-level language to generate programming instructions. For example, C++, Java, Pascal, C#, COBOL, etc. Compiler. A compiler is also a translator, which is a software program used to convert a program written in high-level language to machine language. It compiles the whole program at once. A list of errors, if occur, is generated at the end of the program, which can be removed later. Important tip: translators are also called language processor. Compiler, high-level language, source code, machine language, object code. Interpreter. An interpreter is also a translator, which is a software program used to convert a program written in high-level language to machine language. The difference between compiler and interpreter is that compiler compiles the whole program at once, but interpreter processes one line at a time. It stops where an error occurs, which is to be removed immediately. Interpreter, high-level language, source code, machine language, object code. Advantages: 1. High-level language is user-friendly. 2. This language is machine-independent. Disadvantages: 1. A translator is required to convert high-level language into machine language. 2. Use of translator adds some time in the execution of the program. Learn more. High-level language is problem-oriented rather than machine-based. Fourth-generation language, 4GLs. A fourth-generation language is a non-procedural language which is designed to build specific programs. There is less requirements of coding than low-level programming languages. They are accessible to people without proper training as a programmer. Multiple common operations can be performed by writing a single command. Most 4GLs are used to access databases using commands. In such languages, the user just needs to specify the required result, and the computer will determine the set of instructions which will produce result. For example, SQL, Nomad, Focus, etc. Advantages: 1. It has simplified the programming process. 2. System development is faster. Disadvantages: 1. They are far less efficient during program execution than high-level languages. 2. The programs developed using this language needs more memory space. Fact file: the oldest computer language still in use is Fortran, invented by John Backus in 1957. Fifth generation language, 5GLs. These languages are used to allow the computer system to solve a given problem without a programmer. The user needs to tell the problem to be solved and condition. He doesn't need to burden about the program or algorithm to solve the problem. These languages are mainly used in artificial intelligence. It provides visual or graphical interface called a visual programming environment for creating source codes. People can talk to computers, and the voice recognition system converts spoken sounds into written words. For example, Prolog, Mercury, etc. Advantages: 1. It helps to develop decision-making machines. 2. System automation, which allows the system to function without manual intervention. Disadvantages: 1. Programs continue to become more complicated, and system is not able to sort it through original algorithm. 2. They require complex tools for better programming. Learn more. Artificial intelligence is the ability of a computer or computer-controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. Recap corner. A computer language is used to write the programs for the computer. Machine language is a binary language which consists of 0s and 1s. Assembly language consists of mnemonics, codes and symbols, also called symbolic programming language. High-level language was developed to create the programs which are machine-independent. A fourth-generation language is a non-procedural language which are designed to build specific programs. Fifth-generation languages are mainly used in artificial